it says here is a frustum of a cone, right? So remember, a frustum is just when you remove um a smaller cone from a large. Actually, it says the diagram shows that the frustum is made by removing a cone with height 3.2 centimeters from a solid cone with height of 6.4 and base diameter 7.2. The frustum is joined to a solid hemisphere of diameter 7.2 to form a solid as shown below, right? So this is a solid S made by joining the frustum with the hemisphere. The density of the frustum is 2.4 grams per centimeter cubed. The density of the hemisphere is 4.8 grams per centimeter cubed. To calculate the average density of solid S. Now, firstly, the question is asking you for the density. If we don't know the formula for density, we can't answer the question. So can somebody tell me what the formula for density is, please? What is the formula for density? Thank you very much, Jamelia. It is mass divided by volume, isn't it? D is equal to M divided by V. I'm sure you guys have also seen this formula triangle as well, which will allow you to calculate other ones too. So you put D here, you put M there, and you put V. Are we all happy with that, guys? Wait for you guys to say yes or no. Yeah? Okay. So now we're looking for the density of solid S, right? Now, solid S is comprised of two different solids. It's comprised of a frustum and a hemisphere. So what I'm gonna say then is that the density, I'll write like this for short. Density of S is gonna equal the mass of the frustum, I'll write FR for frustum, plus the mass of the hemisphere, right? Because the two masses will make the mass of solid S, right? Of a hemisphere divided by the volume of the frustum, whatever that may be, plus the volume of the hemisphere. Do you guys agree with that? Just before I continue, if we can work out what each of these are, then we're done, right? So let's look at the frustum. The frustum they told us was made by removing the small cone from a large cone. So what do we need? We need the mass and we need the volume of the frustum. So let me put frustum here, FR. What do we know about the frustum? We know the density, right? For it is 2.4. Now we need the mass and the volume of it. Now, how was the frustum made? It's made by removing a small cone from a large one. So, what are these cones that have been removed? Let me actually just draw a couple of cones, or two cones, I should say. So, I've got a cone like that. Hold on. We'll do it again. We'll do it a bit nicer. So, like that. Let's say this is the large cone. Sorry, try one more time. Okay. Let's say this is the large cone, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy this and then just make it smaller so it looks like a different one. So this one will represent the one at the top, right? The one that's been removed. Now, whenever you're dealing with these questions, guys, when you're dealing with cones and you've got a small cone and a large cone, there's actually something very important about them. They have a relationship. Anybody know what that is? Something beginning with S. Fantastic, Jamelia. They're actually similar. Now, you don't need to prove it for GCSE, but it's just something to know, right? These are always going to be similar. And you can use that to work out different things, right? So in that case, well, the large one is 3.2, 3.2 height. So that's going to be 6.4 altogether, right? And obviously that means it's just half the height. So that's 3.2. What else do we know? We know that the diameter for this one is 7.2. Now we've got the heights for both of them. We can see that we need to divide by two to go from 6.4 to 3.2, right? So what would, thank you very much, Jamila. I was going to say, what would the diameter of the smaller one be? Well, we'd just divide that by two as well, wouldn't we? So that would be 3.6. Are we happy with that, guys, so far? Just before we continue, let me put at the top actually so it stays consistent. Let me put 3.6 there. All good with that, guys? Make sense? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is because they're similar, and I know that the frustum is made by removing the small from the large. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out the volume of the frustum, and the way I'm gonna do that is figuring out the volume of both of these cones and then subtracting them. Do we agree with that, guys? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. So let's do that. So I'm gonna say volume of frustum volume of frustum is going to equal volume of large cone take volume of small cone. Now, what is that equal to? Well, let me just be clear. The formula, right, is 1/3 pi r squared h. Now, be careful. R squared, the radius. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to write the radii for each of these. 7.2 divided by 2 is going to be 3.6, right? 3.6 divided by 2 is going to be 1.8. And then I'm going to use that in the formula. Are we happy with that, guys? Make sense? All good? Yeah. So what I'm going to do, what's the formula? Third pi r squared h. So it's going to be, for this one, it's going to be 1/3 pi r squared is going to be 3.6 squared. The height of it is 6.4. Take away 1/3 pi and then 1.8 squared, and the height is 3.2. Are you guys happy with that? All I'm going to do is literally plug this into my calculator as is, and it'll give me the answer in terms of pi most likely. Make sense, guys? All good? Yeah, just go if you guys say yes or no. Yeah, brilliant. All right, so it's going to be 1/3 pi, um, 3.6 all squared, and then h, which is 6.4. Take away 1/3 pi, um, pi is there, and then 1.8 all squared. Sorry, 1.8 all squared, and then 3.2. And that is going to be 76 point blah blah blah. I'm gonna write this is just going to be approximate 76.001 um 41. Yeah. You know what I'll do actually? I'm just gonna write that. I'm gonna write dot dot dot. So we now know the volume of the frustum. So that means we could put this in there, can't we? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna update this, aren't I? Yeah. So I'm gonna say then, if I was to do that there, put another. Okay, it's starting to do this funny thing. 1 second, guys. Um, okay, that's fine. And then I'm just gonna put equals, and then I've got 76.0014 blah blah blah. Yeah, and I know that. So now I know the volume of the frustum. Now remember, they gave us the density. The density was 2.4 there. The volume of the frustum we have just calculated. So we can actually work out the remaining thing, which is the mass. Can somebody tell me, guys, what is the formula for mass, guys? If I look at these formulas here, can somebody tell me very quickly? You can write the letters. M is equal to what? Exactly, guys. Fantastic. We can just say mass is equal to the density times the volume. So to find the mass of the frustum, right? I'm going to write mass of SR of mass of FRs now. This will be equal to the density times the volume. Density was 2.4 given to us times this number that we just calculated for the volume. And I put equals there and see what I get. So I'm gonna just do answer times 2.4 because I already have that, don't I? That gives us this number here, 182.403 3827. You know, I'll just get all of them because it's not too many. So that way I've got that there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this and put this I'm gonna copy this and put this there. So that means we're halfway there. We've worked out the mass and the volume of the frustum, and now need the mass and the volume of the hemisphere. Put that in there, add them, divide, done. So hemisphere, they've given us the formula for a sphere, haven't they? Right? Now, to calculate the formula of a hemisphere, what would I need to do with the formula of a sphere, guys? Just divide it by two, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this there. We've got that there. So I'll do it here actually, because why not? So firstly, what do I know about the hemisphere, by the way? I'm gonna write HS. What do I know about the hemisphere? What did they tell us? They told us that the density of it was 4.8. Okay. Now we're looking for everything else, isn't it? So we're looking for the mass and the volume of it, obviously. So what do we know? Well, we know the formula is 4 over 3 pi r cubed for a sphere. So the volume of a hemisphere is just going to be that divided by 2. 4 over 3 pi r cubed divided by 2. Now, algebraically, this is just 2/3. You can literally just half that numerator. So you get that there. Yeah? So these are the exact same thing. Yeah? Anyways, that doesn't matter. You could use either one. I'll use this one because it's easier. Now, what would the radius be for it? Well, it's there, isn't it? The radius for that hemisphere is going to be 3.6. It's going to be the same as the radius for the large cone, right? Because it just literally slaps on the bottom. So that means that the volume of it is going to be 2 over 3 pi, and then the radius was 3.6 all cubed. So I'll plug that in there and see what we get. 2 over 3, 2 over 3 pi, and then 3.6 all cubed. That gives us 97.716, blah, blah, blah. 97.71609, blah, blah, blah. And I'll put that there. Copy that. As long as you have a few decimal places, you're good, to be honest. What was that? That was the volume, wasn't it? That was a volume, it was. So now I'm going to put that there. Now I know the volume of the hemisphere. They already gave us the density, right? We could figure out what the mass is, right? By just timesing them. Same thing we did here. So I'm going to say mass of SH, mass of, sorry, not SH, HS is going to be the density, which is 4.8, times the volume, which is what we just calculated. Plug that into the calculator. Now remember, that number's already stored. No need to write it again. 4.8 times answer gives us 469. 469.037 2699. So now we're pretty much done because we've literally worked out everything. This will probably give you 4 marks in the exam because you've literally got all the calculations. You just haven't got the answer. So what's left to do now is just literally add these together and put these in. So what I'm going to do is get my calculator. Now, what number have I got stored just to make life easier for myself? I've got that 469 number stored. So I'm going to just do that number there. 182.4033.827 plus answer because I have it stored. Now I just need to put those two in. Now, to be fair, that is 76, but I'll just put that in. This is fine because it's pretty small after that. And then plus 97.7160. And I don't know if what the number was after that, but it's not really that. It's not really going to change it. You know what? Because I've got that there, let me make it as accurate as possible. I've got that number there, 09. So I'll put a 09 there. And then what else was there? That 97 number, where was it? Did I write anywhere else? I think that's it, you know. I think that's it. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. It's there. But yeah, that's all I know. I'm just gonna put it like that. And that is definitely gonna give me the answer because I've rounded barely. And I get that there. Yeah? Would the question ask for what degree of accuracy? It doesn't say. If it doesn't say, leave it to what, guys? If it doesn't say in an exam, what degree of accuracy should you leave it to? 3 significant figures. Yeah, or in this case, 2 decimal places, right? You should leave it to 3 significant figures, which is going to be 3.75. Yeah. So that's going to be 3.75. What are we asking us for? Density, isn't it? Yeah. So it'd be grams per centimeter cubed. So perfect. And that is our answer.